Today we're making vanilla cheesecake, the New York City staple. Ever wondered how it comes out without any cracks? Well, today we're gonna learn how. So let's roll, baby. So before we start, turn on your oven to 175 degrees Celsius or this amount of Fahrenheit. And while it's heating up, we will grease our springform pan. Get some canola oil or any other neutral tasting oil and just rub. Now it's time to get your hands dirty.
Your hands don't look like this while you're eating your lunch. Must be a liberal sissy. Must be a sissy boy.
Oh yeah, just rub the bottom for now and a bit of the sides. Now, get a mixer. In it, we're gonna add 160 grams of graham crackers. Jesus, this is loud. There we go, that should be enough. Don't make them a dust, but just finely crush them. You can also use like a bag and a rolling pin if you just happen to own this YouTube channel.
You will need 160 grams of graham crackers finely crushed. Beat the living hell out of them.
Anyway, now in it, we're gonna add 30 grams of granulated white sugar and a pinch of salt with some nutmeg. I have a bunch here. I'll do this according to your own taste. I'd say like 3 pinches is probably enough. Now just mix them up a little bit. And now it's time to add in 56 grams of melted and cooled down butter, unsalted. So here she comes. Whoa, wait a minute. Get a fork ready to mix. Pour the butter out like so. Now it's time to mix it in with the crackers. Yeah, mix it very well so there's no dry cookies left. At least try. Look how crumbly and nice it became. Now this is the consistency we want. They're still crumbly but coming together. Now it's time to pour it out onto the springform pan. Get everything out. Again, at least try. That's what my mom says every time. That's about it. Now get some flat surface. I'm gonna use the same butter ramekin that I used before and just press in all of that cookie batter. Well, it's not batter. Press it in tightly to the bottom and make an even layer on the bottom. That's gonna be our cookie crumble base. Great. It is tightly packed, as you can see. Now it's time for the oven. We're gonna put it in the oven for about 8 to 9 minutes. And then we're gonna remove it and let it cool until it's cooled down completely. Time for the oven. Now in the meantime, while our crust is cooking, we can make our cheesecake filling. This is gonna be plain vanilla classic cheesecake, so bear with me. Get yourself 900 grams of cream cheese. Yeah, it's a lot. Just awesome. Also make it room temperature. Let it sit for a while before you crack them open. Come on. Now, of course, get a whisk and just break in the cheese. Ooh, look at that stuff. And now get your electric beaters, or in my case, this stick mixer works very well. Just mix it a little bit, again, to break it in on low speed. There we go. Looks like whipped cream. And now add in 175 grams of granulated white sugar. Now, I'm using my own homemade vanilla sugar for this. Not very strong, since it's gonna be vanilla flavored. I'm gonna use that. How you can make it is just add in a couple of sticks of vanilla into a pile of sugar, and there you have it, vanilla sugar. So yeah, just pour it all out, and now get mixing. On low power at first. Oh my god, it looks so good. I just want to put my head in it. Scrape down the edges. I can still feel some sugar in it, so I'll continue mixing. Look at that, it's smooth. It's like a Van Gogh painting, you know? Like it's just smooth lines. Look at it. It's mesmerizing in a way, I guess. Look at these shapes. Nice. You can still feel and see the sugar, but now I'm gonna start adding in the eggs. We're gonna need 4 eggs and 1 egg yolk. So I'll start with the yolk in case I fail. So in case you don't know, you just go back and forward until you're left only with the yolk. So 1 yolk coming right up. And now go make some eggs with extra whites or a meringue, or just put it in the fridge and forget it forever. Now we just continue mixing until it's fully mixed in. Okay, it's pretty much mixed in. Now since it's done, we can add another egg, and of course continue the process with each egg every time. So just put in an egg and continue. Oh, and the crust is done. There you have it. Now let it cool off completely. Let's continue mixing. Okay, another egg. Oh, shoot. That's starting to look like cheesecake. Now, the last of the last ingredients. What I have here is 60 milliliters of heavy whipping cream that is mixed with 50 grams of creme fraiche or sour cream in my case. So just pour it all in. Yeah, you can substitute creme fraiche with sour cream. Then we're gonna add 7 grams or 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, or in my case, vanilla paste, for them good ass vanilla beans. Das ist Vanne and das ist zwei. Dude, I just love vanilla. It's like the best. Then add in a pinch of salt. And the final ingredient is 20 grams of corn or potato starch in my case. It doesn't really matter. And you know what? This is it. Now all that is left to do is just mix it in very well, and then we'll fill in our form. Just make sure there's no lumps left. This custard looks so nice. You can see the vanilla beans everywhere. I love this vanilla cheesecake. It's the best, in my opinion. But I think this is done. It tastes great. I don't know what to add, so... come on, just push everything. Now, get your crust, and this is important, lower the temperature on the oven to 160 degrees Celsius for now. And here comes the part that doesn't crack your cheesecake. It's not this part, it's gonna be later. I'll tell you what it is, but we're gonna need to fill in this whole deep baking sheet with boiling water. So, now while the water is heating up, we're gonna make aluminum foil swimming trunks for this springform pan. So grab yourself some aluminum foil, just lay it something like that, and in the middle place your springform pan and try to make a barrier where the water comes up. You can see here I need more foil, like so. I'll place this contraption in the middle. Our water started to boil. Get a silicone spatula because we want everything from that bowl in here, so we don't want to waste the good stuff. Now just gently pour it in. Look at this custard. Oh, I forgot. Continue pouring the custard. There we go. Now get your silicone spatula and scrape everything from the edges. Just absolutely magnificent. Here we have it. Now just jiggle it a little bit.
My money don't jiggle, it folds.
For it to smoothen out. And you know what? It's pretty smooth. Great. Now here comes the water bath. Pour it on the side. It's about halfway there. The steam is coming towards the camera. Now be very careful and place this whole contraption on the bottom rack of your oven. So let's do that. Here it goes. Oh my god, water is very jiggly. Okay. Now it's gonna bake for 1.5 hours until it's a bit of golden brown on the top. And then listen to this. This is the important part. Once it's done baking, we're gonna open the oven doors and let it sit in the oven for about 45 minutes until everything just cools off. The entire oven, the water, everything. That way, the top of the cheesecake won't crack. There's no chance. So, I'll see you in like 1.5 hours once it's done. Peace! And there we have it. There she is. We have some cracks. Oh, it's yellow. It's from those homegrown eggs. Now, it's not even hot anymore. You can just take it and put it here to cool down fully. There's barely any liquid inside, so we did a great job. There we have it, folks. This is how it's gonna look. Wrap it in plastic wrap, put it in the fridge to cool off completely. It goes into the fridge for a couple of hours, like 3-4, until it's completely cool. See you then. Great! There we have it. It's been like 4 days. I for sure have not touched this cheesecake. What you want to do is just go with a knife around the cheesecake and then remove the form, of course. And then you will have this... Well, you'll have more cheesecake than I did. But anyway, gonna look like this. Look at that. Now, I promise you no cracks, and I failed. I think it was the eggs. Maybe not. I'm 90% sure I'm wrong. Okay, 99. Anyway, now let's slice this sucker and serve. And of course, see how it tastes. If you want it to be perfect, like in pictures, wet the knife before each cut. So, and then make a slice in half, right? Like so. Be very gentle. Then eat off any excess because we don't want to waste cheesecake. God, that's good. Wash it off, wet it again, and then slice again. There we go. Now, let's move it onto a plate. Would you look at that? Look at that cut. It's almost perfect. And there you have it, folks. Look at this piece of art. I love this cheesecake recipe because it's super airy. I haven't had a cheesecake like this anywhere else. It's just fluffy. It's like eating clouds, basically. Now, for the full experience, what I like to do is add some strawberry jam on top. Where are the strawberries? Somebody eat the strawberries. Also, a quick tip on how to get frozen strawberries. Now, you know what? You know what is left to do? Give it a bite. Holy shit! This is insane.